Hey, my dear friends, and welcome to today's video in which we're going to talk about the law of attraction. Now, I don't know, I have this feeling we really need to talk about this because it's such a huge concept, and I know there's a lot of skeptics out there and all of that. To me personally, it means a lot. I believe in it, but in a very particular way. Why should you even learn about the law of attraction? If you follow me, if you watch my videos, then I have a feeling like that your level of consciousness is somewhere where you're interested in that kind of stuff. And I also really want you to manifest the shit out of your life. I want you to have the love and the money and the career and the health that you would like to have. I want you to be the creator of your life. Because if you think that I just kind of happen to live in paradise and run a successful online business and just kind of have a healthy body just like that because I was lucky, because it just sort of happened and the universe and life was just good to me, then I'm gonna have to disappoint you, because there's a lot more to my life and the reason why it is the way it is than just how it happened. Whoopsie, living in Bali, running an online business, nah. And it's also not bad luck or a coincidence that it has taken me a very long time to finally attract a form of romantic relationship into my life that is healthy and non-dramatic. All of this is connected to the law of attraction, the way I look at it anyway. The reason why the law of attraction has a bit of a bad reputation, maybe, I believe, is because of the book The Secret. And a lot of people read it. I read it years ago now, and it kinda, to me personally, I mean, back then I wasn't really on my inner journey, spiritual path yet, but it leaves people with this like aftertaste of, whoa, this is all really woo-woo stuff. And it's also very simplified, maybe, to some extent, because it kind of communicates that, you know, you can just change your thoughts, you know, just positive thinking, and then you'll become rich and you'll attract the love of your life. Because it's not quite that easy, but it's also not rocket science. So no, it's not about positive thinking. It's part of it, but it's not all of it. You can think as long and as often as you want, I'm a millionaire, you know, I'm happy, and you're not gonna get rich and you're not gonna feel amazing. You won't manifest anything just by thinking it, but if you don't believe it, it's just not gonna happen. But you also have to realize that you can't think shitty thoughts all day and then expect really cool stuff to happen in your life. That in itself also doesn't work. However, our minds, they're crazy powerful. I do believe that we can manifest a lot of stuff with what's going on in here. And we do have to watch our thoughts, because where focus goes, energy flows. So I'd like you to think of the law of attraction in a way that it's like gravity. Like attracts like, but not just thoughts. And I would like you to understand that what you think, yes, and what you feel, and what you believe, and what you do, and all of that whole package, that attracts certain things into your life. It's the reason for why your life the way it is right now, for why you have attracted certain things and why you haven't attracted certain things. And energy in itself, and I believe that's even more important than any of the thoughts in here, energy is real, guys. I know a lot of us really like to believe in things that we can see and feel and touch and taste, but boy, there's so much more out there. Going back to thoughts though, and feelings, in connection with the law of attraction, if you have a limiting belief, let's say I'm not worthy, or I'm not lovable, or I don't deserve a lot of money, I don't deserve to be rich, you will attract situations and people and circumstances that will confirm exactly that, because that's how your filters work, and that's kind of how the world works. I kind of had to realize that one day, and once I accepted that, I knew that I was also in charge to cause the opposite. So instead of just changing your thoughts in general and start thinking positively, we have to start changing our limiting beliefs and our mindset, our general mindset about ourselves and about the world. So basically, most of what's going on in our minds, most of all the thoughts and the way we perceive the world is conditioning, right? We got a lot of that stuff in our childhood, and then even more on top of that in school and through the media and society, and then here we are and we take it all as truth. And that's where a lot of our limiting beliefs come from. And a lot of times, a lot of these limiting beliefs, they keep us very stuck. And that's why, you can think positive thoughts as much as you like. If you have this limiting belief inside of you that, whatever it is that you don't deserve or you're not worthy of, you're not gonna get it. In my case, for example, throughout my life, and especially in the past 5 or 6 years, I have attracted a lot of unhappy relationships and had one disaster, one heartbreak after another. I had to believe that I wasn't worthy of love. I was really scared to be abandoned and rejected. And then bam, of course the universe gives me all these women, one after another, confirming exactly that. So what I learned was that, we really have to believe that we're worthy of receiving what we want before the universe can actually provide that for us. And if you have an unconscious programming going, for example, around money, that you don't deserve money and to be successful, then you're not going to be able to receive it. Your heart can't receive it. Anything, your body can't receive it. Another really important concept that has really helped me to understand myself, the world, and how things work. If you think that you cannot change anything that happens around you in your life, if you think that you actually can't create your destiny, you make yourself a victim. And you will always be a victim to all your circumstances. And I call that the victim mindset or the scarcity mindset. And I always say, life doesn't happen to me, it happens for me. Because if you stay in that place of being the victim of your life and your circumstances, of your past, of whatever it is, your body, your health, then that's what you will keep attracting. Maybe you've heard of the water experiment that Dr. Masaru Emoto did several years ago. It was to demonstrate the power of thoughts on the crystal structure of just regular water. He had 2 glasses of water, and I believe there's a YouTube video out there, and I'll link to that up there. And in the experiment, they were projecting thoughts of love and peace onto one glass, and onto the other glass, they were projecting hate and fear. And the crystals of the water, they were very different at the end of that experiment. In the happy or love and peace glass, they were beautiful and symmetrical, those crystals. And the water that got all the hate and the fear, the crystals were broken and disjointed. Think about that. And I can give you a personal example of the law of attraction. Now, I was struggling really hard, especially this year, with a lot of depression, and depression also means that, your focus is a lot on the negative stuff. So where focus goes, energy flows. I was focusing on a lot of negativity, on scarcity of love, of anything, and that I was unworthy and unlovable and all of that stuff. And what that did was, it got me more negative stuff. And so it was a downward spiral. And I knew about the law of attraction all along, but when you're stuck, right? Sometimes it has to get really bad before it gets a lot better. And also, I always believe that there's a reason as to why we have to go through certain things as well. However, I then reached a spiritual burnout a couple of months ago, and then decided, okay, screw all of this. Nothing's helping. I might as well not do any spiritual inner work and just play, just have fun. So that's what I started doing. I went off to LA to spend, a month or 2 there, and I was just playing, and I was just going with the flow. I wasn't reading any personal development books. I wasn't, going really deep into all my limiting beliefs and all these negative thoughts of unworthiness. And I started to attract all these amazing situations and people and just amazing experiences into my life during that time. Now, this is not to say that you shouldn't be doing any inner work or personal development or whatever. I personally just really needed a break, and I needed to just consciously focus on play. I was also able to attract the beautiful woman that I started dating, very undramatic and just easy and in the flow. And that was like the first time in a string of just dramatic relationships. And so that in itself kind of it proved to me that, hey, if you shift your focus, all these beautiful things can happen. I allow that space to happen. If I live that energy, that playful, positive energy from the inside out, that's what I'm radiating, all the beautiful energy, and then more of that can actually come. Now, how do you actually apply the law of attraction in your life? I've been to a lot of seminars by Joe Dispenza, who I absolutely love, and the way that he approaches that concept, but also Tony Robbins. And in the end, I believe what they all, have in common in their message is the real way to use the law of attraction, besides just thinking positive thoughts, is act and be and think and feel as if it had already happened, whatever it is that you want to manifest. So you got to get in tune, especially with your body and your belief system, with the energy of what you want. And now there's a very simple thing that you can do to do that, and that is giving thanks to things you don't have yet but would like to manifest. Things that you haven't perceived with your senses yet. Be grateful for them even if they have not manifested themselves yet in your life. So for example, if I was to want to make $1 million a year with my business, I would already start being grateful for making all of that money every single day. I would get into this place of gratitude in my meditations and be like, and feel into it with all of my senses as to what it would feel like to already have that happening in my life, to already have a business generating, 7 figures, and I would start feeling grateful for that. You don't just have to do that for things that have already happened or that are happening in your life right now. That's how most people practice gratitude. But you can practice gratitude for things that you would like to happen, because it signals to your body that it has already happened. And in this way, you get your mind and your body to work together, and that's when your heart opens up to actually receive it. And the only reason why you're not creating the life that you want, with the money that you want and the love that you want and the health that you want, is because you don't believe in it yet. But if you get your mind and your body to believe in it and to feel into it with all of your senses every day in your meditations, that's when magic happens. And I swear to God, I've made it happen, and a lot of other people made it happen. And that's how the law of attraction works. To summarize this again for your daily practice, you want to take a time in the morning, and I hope you do this anyway, where you sit down with yourself and you meditate, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I made videos on meditation up here. And during your meditation, you take a chunk of time where you really embody whatever it is you want to manifest in your life. Imagine what this new thing or that circumstance or that partner or that business or the money, what it looks like, what it smells like, what it sounds like, what it feels like, what it tastes like, all of it, with all of your senses. How do you feel once this thing is already in your life? How do you feel in your body? And where do you feel it in your body? And now once you're in that place where you're embodying that thing that you want, then you go into a place of gratitude. And you feel grateful that you have it in your life, even though in reality right now it's not here yet. And then, your day has 24 hours and your meditation is only a very, small part of your time. What really matters is that you act as if you already have what you want also during the day. So you really start acting and behaving in the way as if you already had it. And I know this is where a lot of people get stuck, is we're just not patient, are we, as human beings? We want things to happen right now. And the problem that I had in the beginning with this was I would do all my meditations and all of that, and then eventually though I got impatient and be like, why hasn't it happened yet? Why hasn't it manifested yet? Why isn't it here yet? And what then happens is you get into a place of scarcity. Goodbye abundance, hello scarcity. So you gotta be patient and keep going and keep going and keep going. Even if you think it's not working, keep going. And I really encourage you to work on your limiting beliefs. Get a life coach, get a therapist, get that stuff sorted out, because if you have them within you, then you can still feel gratitude for it, but you have to know that you're worth it. You have to actually believe that you're worth of receiving whatever it is that you want. And this is it, my friends. I strongly believe that we can be the creators of our lives, and that you can be the creator of your amazing, beautiful, awesome life. And I really hope my video helped you to realize that. And I really, really, really encourage you to integrate this practice into your daily meditations. And if you have any questions or concerns, or maybe you have experience with the law of attraction, you want to share your success stories or stories of where it didn't happen, put it in the comments below. I'm really curious. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and lots of love from Bali. Bye!